Hey, what's up everybody? I'm out here doing a little expedition with my dogs out at this nature center here. It's a recreation center close to my place. Really beautiful. It's in the Les Hills in western Iowa. Really beautiful rolling hills over here. And this is like my number one getaway now. Just kind of get away and relax for a day. So I just thought I'd maybe do a little video log while I'm out here with my pups, doing a little hike, and then maybe have a little discussion as well. So I think a good topic would be, is there such thing as good versus bad, or good versus evil? What's the difference? What are those things? Are they man-made constructs? Is this a universal truth? What are these things, right? So I personally believe in good and evil. I believe in good and bad. And this is pretty cool, a little snail shell. So there does exist some people that don't believe in these things. And so what is good, right? What is bad? Those are words, right? Man-made words, it's language. But what is language? Language is nothing without the intent or meaning behind the word. So if there was no intent or meaning behind the word would never have been invented. So if there was no intent or universal meaning behind good, there wouldn't be a word for it. And same thing for bad. And everybody has an instinct of good and bad inside of them. It's written in our hearts. We're born with it. And I think some people are removed from that through just trauma in life, and they don't understand what's good and bad anymore. But if you look at a child who's one of the purest, closest creations to God, they know good and bad. So this is something that's innate in all human beings. It's not just a cultural phenomenon. It's not a religious construct. These are things that are found in all humans. And so examples of that would be, some obvious examples of bad would be murder, right? Or the worst case of that would be like murdering your own child. Everybody knows that's bad, right? Or most of us do. Some people may not. Those people are evil. But that's an example, an obvious example of bad, something you should not do. It's not condoned by God. It's not written in the logical plans of life that are given to us in our heart. And it's not in our instincts. So that's an example of evil right there. And a lesser example of that, maybe a not so obvious example to some people, would be hate. Hate is also evil. And hate is actually the first step in murder. So hate in your heart is the first step in murdering another person. If you hate them, that's what it means. Most people don't realize that. That's why it's not good to hate. That's also evil, because it just leads you to physical violence and murder. So these are a couple examples of evil. And so anybody that doesn't believe that there isn't evil or there isn't bad in the world just isn't paying attention and is removed from God. They've been removed from God through some trauma in their life, whether it be family trauma, parental trauma, or possibly self-inflicted, but a lot of times it comes through the family. So there's definitely such a thing as good versus bad, good and evil. It exists in the world. These are universal truths. And regardless of whether you think they're religious constructs or human constructs, they do exist. So, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I think most people, at least on the side of good, or at least people that are sons and daughters of God, see this. And people that aren't sons of God, that are sons of Satan, they're the ones that don't see this. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to finish up my hike here, and I just wanted to kind of maybe start that discussion if anybody's confused on that. I think it's a good one. It's a good fundamental basis for conversation. All right, we'll see you later, guys.